Alright, I've been having issues with my four-wheel drive on my Razor 800. It seems to be kicking off and on. The research I found out, it seems to be the carrier, the wheel bearing carrier, or carrier bearing inside the front diff. Apparently the stock ones are plastic. They just break from time to time. So today I'm going to be removing everything, removing the front diff. I'm actually going to be installing the aluminum front bearings. High reviews on that, and it's going to last a long that plastic. Because I've seen some people replace, the plastic ones, once or twice a year, just because plastic's just junk for what they're doing. I got started already. The first part is removing the tire. I used a 17 millimeter to remove all 4 bolts. Next part was a bolt right here for the front of the hub, which I believe that was an inch. No, inch and a 16th. I removed that. Obviously, you got to remove the cutter key first, but then remove the bolt. Both of the washers come off, and then next step, I already got started on it. As you can see, these 2 bolts. There's a nut and a bolt in the back, one on top, and right there in the bottom. They are 13 millimeter. I had to use a wrench on the lower one. This thing's just in the way, and I didn't really feel like taking it off. So the next step, I'm probably going to shut the video off in a few seconds, but next step, I got to remove both of the arms, because I want this HUD to be able to move out, because then I got to remove this to pull out of the front diff. So then I have to do the same exact thing on the other side. And then there's a couple bolts on this front diff I'm going to take out. I will start the video back up when I'm starting to remove the front diff bolts. This is where I'm at, and I'll upload or start the next video when I get to there. Alright, so the next part in the step is removing the front diff. There are 4 bolts, 2 here and 2 here. They are 14 millimeter. You're going to need to remove them. Once you remove them, the front diff will slide out. Got to wiggle a little bit to get it through that area, but that's the front diff with everything off. When I go to the bench, I'll take another video of what it looks like. But if you also notice on this side, I had to remove everything compared to that side. I didn't really have to take everything off that one. The axle came out pretty good without anything, but this one, when I jacked it up, I noticed that the front wheel had a lot of play in it. The bearing seems to be going. Again, when I get to the bench with the front diff, I'll show you that. But again, they're easy to replace. I'll upload a video of how to do it without a press, because most people don't have access. I have one, but I'll show you how to do it without. But that's the next step we're gonna do. We're gonna take off those 4 bolts, remove that baby. It's gotta be tight fit, because I also have the winch up right there too now, so it's gonna be a little bit tighter to get it out, but it should wiggle out pretty good. But I'm gonna pause it in a few seconds, and then we'll pick up on the workbench with the front diff out. All right, so before we go over to the workbench, I did want to show you something I did forget to mention before we had to take that. See, the front diff is out, but before we get to it, see that little pin right there next to the punch. You see that hole in the axle? I'm sorry about my light's not fucking working with my cell phone, but you gotta punch that out. I used there's a 1/4 inch punch. I used sorry about that, to get that out. There's a couple punches, and it got out. From there, I got the diff out. You're gonna have to also unplug the front diff, which is not a big deal. Just this piece here unplugs. Now, I'm a few steps ahead. I want to kind of see what I was getting into before I replayed it. But like I said earlier, my 4-wheel drive seems to be kicking in and out. Like, trace on wires, everything seems to be active. So, I'm going to assume it's this. So, what I first did, these bolts have to come out. There's 2, 4, 6 of them. They are T30 bits. Just go around, just be careful. I actually wound up stripping one out, so I'm going to get a replacement. Oh, and if you haven't, which make sure you drain it out. This would be the bottom on the side by side. That you got to remove that plug. That is I 5/16. Yeah, 5/16. You remove that. If you're smart about it, do it while it's still in the side-by-side. Just remove that. And then let the fluid drain out. Now, after everything's removed, you might have to get a flathead. There's a pinch point here. Kind of start lifting up. Just slowly go up. From there, I'm going to pick that out. You can see, too, what I did take notice when I went to drain it. Honestly, it wasn't even fluid. It was thick. As you can see here, it's not really where it should be. I mean, it's pretty goddamn dirty. I believe the recommended is every 1,000 hours, but I bought the Polaris brand, this fluid crap. Let's see, it's $14, and it has a whole quart of it. So, but you only need, I think, 5 or 6 ounces to top this off. So I'm honestly just gonna use this beginning every season. But just remove this. Then this should just wiggle out. Of course, it's stuck now. Just wiggle out. And for anybody thinking you can get one side of the one front axle out and punch the other one out, don't do that. As you can see here, there is no opening. This will be the driver's side. It just goes in and it'll stop there. And as you can see, it'll stop there too for the passenger side. Now, this is the plastic freaking ring I was telling everybody about. And this is why I think my four-wheel drive is not working. Because as you can see, this just fell apart. This is going to crumble when I take all these out. You can see it's just plastic falling everywhere. I believe a lot of it has to do with he didn't change fluid and whatnot. So you can see it's not where it should be. I mean, it's just going to disintegrate the moment I take it out. So I'm not going to show you disintegrating. So what I did, again, Amazon, I bought this bearing. It's a metal one. It seems to have a much better review. Hold on a second. 2 options. I got this option. I think it was like $7 or $80 again. I might drop the link down below. But as you can see, it's already pre-assembled. They do make, I believe, the aluminum one where it doesn't come with any of the balls or anything like that. So you'd have to reuse these. I'm not interested in that. I'm just going to drop this in, refill the fluid and be done with it. But this is a much better quality. So anybody's having trouble with their four-wheel drive, this seems to be the common problem. I don't know why Polaris first did this. I believe they did upgrade. So I'm just going to, again, just take this out, turn the camera off, take this off, put it all back together, and I'm good to go. But if you have any comments, please don't hesitate. And if you actually need a video of step-by-step, let me know. But again, if you're a basic mechanic, all the steps I showed you should have no problem. It's, even for a beginner, if you have basic tools, you can do this job. It takes a little bit of time, you're going to get frustrated, but you'll get there. But if you need any help, please don't hesitate. And again, if you like it, subscribe to my channel. There'll be much more. I have to redo this. I mean, this bearing is completely shot. So I'm gonna be doing a video on that also. I do have a press, but I'm not gonna show the press one. I'm gonna show how you can do it without a press because everybody doesn't have that option. So I'll show you how to do that in my next video. Thank you.